All right, I think we're live. Hello, everyone. My name is Brent, and welcome to the return of the Work in Progress After Dark show. It's been a couple of months. It's been a crazy couple of months since we've done this. And today I'm joined by Casey, who's the frog down there. We're doing this on Discord today,
Woot
and
woot.
and then over to my the red one. I don't know what it would look like if it was right or left, depending on how you're looking at it. The red one is Critical Brit, who's been on here a couple of times now. How's it going, man?
Fine, thank you. Thanks for having me again, of course.
Definitely. I was when watching. So as the title suggests, we're going to be talking about some Gamescom stuff, some Indiana Jones stuff. To keep it even, we're going to talk about some Concord stuff. And during I only watched the opening night for Gamescom, and the entire time I was watching it, I was thinking about you because one, it takes place in Europe, and two, there was all sorts of like Xbox news that happened there, and I just, especially with the Indiana Jones thing, I was like, oh man, I wonder what he's thinking about this right now. What did you think about that?
Uh, I think it just what I know this is gonna sound insane, but I do hold grudges, kind of. Someone in my comments ages ago under one of my Xbox videos said, "Oh, Xbox is never gonna do something like this, or Xbox is never gonna end its console generation or something." And everything that has come out since then has been way more in my favor than anything that guy's ever done. So, it's kind of funny.
Yeah, I mean, this year's been kind of a roller coaster for Xbox in regards to their strategy on how they're handling things. A lot of people weren't surprised about the Indiana Jones announcement. So for those of you who don't know, Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, it is releasing on Xbox and PC in December of this year, and then spring of 2025 it'll come to PlayStation 5. And the announcement was expected, kinda. People knew that people were expecting it to come to PlayStation, but one, people were not expecting it to be announced at Gamescom. Out like People were expecting for like that kind of announcement to come from Phil Spencer like 6 months from now, but it came from Jeff Keighley 5 days ago. um, and everyone was somewhat dumbfounded that that announcement was made at that time and did not allow. It basically didn't allow Indiana Jones the time of day to succeed on Xbox. Am I making sense with that? People were hoping that like it would be like an Xbox thing for a period of time after its release, then it would get announced for PlayStation 5. But it didn't even get to have that. It's just like, oh, it's coming to PlayStation 5 in 10 months or whatever. Am I
Yeah, you're definitely making sense on it. At least to me, my whole thing about it is just like it kind of shows that Xbox is not necessarily confident in it. At least that's what it kind of seemed like to me for a bit. Because it's just like, all right, I understand wanting to release it on multiple consoles, but at the same time, you're not really having the greatest. What's the best way to put it? People aren't really like thinking highly of you right now, so to put this out before the game comes out is kind of iffy for a strategy for business at the moment. At least that's kind of how I see it.
Yeah, I people are certainly confused as to what their strategy is. Um but yeah, that's definitely it's definitely an interesting one. And I have quite a few I know quite a few people who are very like, "Oh, I'm an Xbox guy." Um my buddy Jalen, who might be joining us later, he's he's my group chat's Xbot, which he's not. He's fairly neutral between the two, but I like to give him a hard time. And even he's just kind of like, why do I have a Xbox? Kind of. He's kind of like that. But there's definitely confusion right now.
Just a little bit.
What is it when it comes to like what you just said a minute ago about them not being confident in a game? I don't think it's not confidence in the game, because obviously it's Indiana Jones. It's probably going to sell pretty well. It's like not confidence in their console. They have no confidence in their console and Game Pass to actually make them money. It's why they're doing this. It's why Forza is rumored to be coming. It's why ages ago Starfield was rumored. It's why Hi-Fi Rush got sold off. It's all these things counting up and up and up, and telling people now that, oh, it's coming to PlayStation in how many months, is telling PlayStation buyers they're going to be able to buy the game.
Yeah.
It's already available to be wishlisted on PlayStation. You can already wishlist it. It's there. Which a lot of people think is crazy that it's already available to be wishlisted. And it hasn't even, like, even me, like, okay, so like, you know, I'm a Sony pony as they come. Like, I love PlayStation, but the thing is, I want Xbox to succeed. Well, okay, let me rephrase, and this is going to make me sound really bad. I wanted Xbox to succeed. Now I'm sort of rooting for their downfall because they keep making decisions that will lead to it. And now it's just kind of like, it's more like, was like, well, like, let's just see how this all turns out. Because like you're kind of doing it for yourself, and I'm here to watch it. I'm here to see it. And which is a bummer, because I used to be a big Xbox person. I loved my 360 back in the day. I had an Xbox One for a while. I didn't really do much with it. But like it's kind of sad, and watching them make some of these decisions, all I can think about is, well, you're kind of digging your own grave, and I'm here to watch it. I'm here to see it go down. And you know, yeah.
You're watching a train wreck.
I'm watching
what you're doing.
I'm watching a train wreck. Exactly. Now, yeah. Critical. Do you have any more kind of comments on that?
No, my comment would be when you can't make compelling games, you have to make a compelling service. And when you can't make when you make a compelling service and that service doesn't make money, you have to find money somewhere. Again, it's Microsoft. They're not going to lose money forever. They're a reason they're the most second valued company on planet Earth. They have to make money.
I thought they're first right now. Who did someone
Apple
else take?
took them back over
Apple
when they announced AI.
Oh wow! I wonder how long that'll last. I know that they've been. I know that those two companies have been dancing around each other for the better part of the past couple of years.
Yeah. What is it? Microsoft took them over when they announced that Microsoft were going to like invest heavily in AI,
Mm-hmm.
and then 3 months later, Apple announced that they're going to invest in AI, and then they took them over again. It's like an arms race for AI, and that's what's like dictating people's like value going into the future.
Mm-hmm.
Which is kind of sad if you think about it.
And you know, so speaking of Microsoft, it's painfully obvious that Microsoft has taken over Xbox. Xbox doesn't quite seem like it's being run officially by Phil Spencer anymore. And Phil Spencer and Sarah Bond are more like figureheads at this point, who unfortunately have to take the blame for everything. Now, I will say that Phil Spencer is definitely to blame for what got us here, but I don't think he's making decisions anymore. And yet he's still the one getting blamed for everything. I think whoever he reports to is making the decisions, whether that be Satya Nadella or some other high up executive at Microsoft. I don't think he's the one fully in charge anymore, but he sure as hell will take the blame for everything going forward, which is unfortunate. To be honest, he doesn't quite look like he has the spark in his eye anymore when he talks. at some of these shows, and he used to be Mr. Mr. Charismatic and Mr. I want to be friends with everybody, and now it just feels like it's all corpo speak now. It's just all hardcore corpo speak that's happening with him now, which is kind of a bummer. And poor Sarah Bond, like I don't even know what she's doing. I think she's trying her best to do the job that she was given. But yeah, that's what's going on. Yeah. I predict Starfield will get a PS5 announcement later this year or early next. And I think that it will probably come to PlayStation 5 next fall for its 2-year anniversary. I think that one will sit on Xbox for a while, but I do foresee that one coming to PlayStation. Is anybody here gonna try Indiana Jones? Is anybody here gonna try that game? Casey? Critical?
I'll probably try it. I mean, I am a huge Indiana Jones fan. Well, barring the past couple movies, but no, I am probably gonna try it and just see how it is. It always looked interesting to me, as long as it does have that Indiana Jones charm to it.
Critical? Are you gonna give it a shot?
No, I've never liked Indiana Jones.
Fair enough. It's
How
more of an
dare
Uncharted
you?
guy.
More of an Uncharted person. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I have an obligation to try it, even though I don't try it. I don't know. I guess like the first person perspective is putting me off. Maybe I've just gotten used to the third person perspective that Sony typically does a lot of their games in, but certain action adventure games just feel right in third person. I don't know. Anyway, has anybody been keeping up with Concord?
No.
No.
Yeah.
Other than
Not
constantly
really.
seeing that the game is doing very badly.
Yeah, so
I mean,
go
I've
ahead.
never really been in for those first-person shooters. Kind of like the whole thing with Suicide Squad, and just like I don't know how to feel about them, honestly, because they don't feel like complete games. If you get my drift, like it feels like it feels like those mobile games where it's like you have to constantly pay in order to get ahead in it. And I'm just not okay with that kind of stuff.
So Concord is more along the lines of Overwatch than say something like the Suicide Squad game. So it's classified as like a hero shooter. I think one of Concord's biggest issues is that it didn't get a single player. It should have had a single player campaign. I feel like the premise would have suited well for single player. I might have been interested in it if there was a single player campaign, but I don't get involved in first person shooters like that anymore. Except I will say I get involved in third person shooters. I've been playing the First Descendant like for the past like however many months it's been out. Have you checked that game out? Have you checked that game out?
Loving that.
Oh man, have you checked that game out, Critical? Like, have you checked out the First Descendant?
No, I'm sorry.
Okay, you should check it out. It's really good for a free to play game. It's like really good for a free to play game. I got the platinum trophy for it earlier today, just by accident. After
Always a good one.
After about 250 hours of playing the game.
Oh, sure. By accident, quote unquote.
Well, I mean, I was doing something and all of a sudden, oh, final trophy. Oh, there's the platinum. So, like, I wasn't even going for the platinum trophy in that game. I just got it by accident. I'm surprised more people don't have it with the amount of people who are playing it. But it only has like a 2% completion rate on PlayStation right now. But it's a fun game.
I am not surprised by that.
What I have to do, and I know that we're getting a little off track here, but what I have to do this weekend is I used to have a schedule on my phone, like on my calendar, of what I do every day and what time I do it and for how long I do it. Because, you know, I'm trying to like keep things focused for the sake of this YouTube channel. So I have to make sure that like I'm doing certain things for content creation, and then I'm doing certain things for myself, for my free time. So that way I don't go insane. I even have to schedule my free time. But for the past 2 months, I've just been playing The First Descendant. I've just been playing that like free time. Sometimes during work I play it. Sometimes during downtime. The luxury of working from home. So I've just been playing a lot of that. So, I started Yakuza Like a Dragon a couple months ago. Have you played that? You're a fan of the Persona games and stuff like that. Have you played Yakuza Like a Dragon? Critical?
Yeah, I did.
One of the best games I've ever played. Like, honestly, I might even, to some degree, I might even like it more than like the Persona games, simply because I'm playing as characters who are my age, and they're relatable as fuck. And it's just, except for the fact that they're all criminals, but like it's just like you got to go to work, you got to earn money. I mean, you kind of do that. You do that in the Persona games. Don't get me wrong, but like the struggle feels real. The struggle feels real in Yakuza Like a Dragon. Anyway, but like I started playing The First Descendant just as I was getting to the end of Like a Dragon, and I forgot to just finish Like a Dragon. So I need to create a schedule. That way I can get back to playing some single player games, because I've only been playing this free to play shallow as hell game, but it's fun. It's super shallow, but it's a lot of fun, and it's got waifus.
But it's got waifus.
It's got waifus.
Of course, you'd love the waifus.
So, usually, I don't know why I got off topic with it. I don't know why I forgot to ask this at the beginning of the show, but what has everybody been playing lately?
Oh, well, let's see. I've been jumping between a bunch of different games. I've been playing a little bit of Loop Hero. I'm still trying to get through Persona 5 Royal. That one is just, I'm so happy where I had gotten, because I am in the new stuff now, as you know, Brent.
Mm-hmm.
It just takes a long time,
Mm-hmm.
and because of our chat, I have re-downloaded Dragon Age Inquisition, so I've been replaying that one.
We talked about you and I talked about Dragon Age.
It was in the group chat that we're in.
Oh, okay.
Because they are also discussing about Veilguard.
Oh, I see.
That's going to be coming out. So it's like, I'm going to try it out again, see how I feel about it. I still enjoy it. I mean, it's still a fun game. The politics in it, holy crap, though. I don't know about politics in that one.
You know what you need to do? You need to download Persona 3 Reload and see if you can actually beat that before Jalen does. Because at the rate he's going, he'll never beat it. He's only beaten one Persona game, and he's started a bunch of others, and I even question the legitimacy of his claim that he completed Persona 5 Vanilla. Because he lied about completing Persona 5 Royal. So I don't believe him when he said that he's completed Persona 5 Vanilla. So Critical, you'll get a kick out of this. A couple years ago, I don't know if you've ever been in a chat with Jalen. He might join us a little later, but a couple years ago, he posted a review to his Instagram about like Persona 5 Royal and how like it was a really great game and all this stuff. And then I was chatting with him, and he's like, "Oh, I didn't complete the new stuff." And I'm like, "You didn't complete the new stuff?" It's like, "So you haven't gotten like to the real ending of Royal?" And he's like, "No." It's like, "Well, then how did you give a review for this? Like, how did you do that?" Like, he's like, "Well, I played Vanilla, I played the original." And I'm like, "But these changes to Royal, they could have like made you dislike Royal. Like what are you doing?" And I've been giving him a hard time ever since. But I don't think he's played Golden. Casey, have you completed Golden?
Golden, no.
Oh Jesus! Oh man, dude, you got to finish some of these games.
That game is so good, man.
Well, Golden was on my Xbox, I believe, so I would need to get that out. I think it was on my Xbox.
Can't you? Oh shoot, that was taken off of Game Pass. But couldn't
the Atlas game's on sale right now. I know I just saw P3P on sale.
So are you, Casey? Are you doing Game Pass through your PC right now?
Yes.
You should still be able to access your golden info through cloud. So you would have to buy the game because it's no longer available for free through Game Pass. You'd have to buy it, but you should still have. That sounds right, right? Critical? Like, that sounds right, right?
If he has save data, yeah, it should save it.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if that is one of the games that transfer over. Oh, actually, hold on. Let me double check, because I might be completely wrong on what I'm saying, and I could be making myself look like a complete douche by doing so. Okay, no, I was wrong. Persona 4 Golden is actually on my Steam account, so I can just do that right there.
Oh, loaded. Oh man. So I actually, I may have told you this back during one of our original conversations, but last year when Limited Run Games was doing they did a physical edition for the original Persona 3 Portable and Persona 4 Golden, and they had it available on. I think they were only doing. Did I get a PS5 version or a PlayStation 4 version? I don't know, but I basically bought like the big collector's edition that will come with all this junk for it, and I'm still waiting on it. It's been about a year since I pre-ordered it, but they take time with their special editions, so I should be getting that in a couple months, and I'll have to send you a picture of that, what comes with it. But yeah, so anyway, what's new, everybody? What's going on in everybody's world?
Not
much.
Not much at all. Just trying to catch up on anime, trying to catch up on video games, all the great stuff that's going on. Finally watched, as I told you, I think like last weekend, just binge watched through Undead Unlucky.
Oh, nice.
Or Undead Unluck. And I was not prepared for how good that anime was and how much I was enjoying it. Which means that you need to finish it now.
I know. But Critical this is a determined away from the anime thing, but I got a question on have you played Infinite Wealth?
Oh, you want about the new Yakuza?
Yeah.
No, I didn't know.
You haven't? Oh, I was gonna ask how that compares to Like a Dragon. This is one of the reasons why I need to set a schedule for myself, so that way I can get to Infinite Wealth, because I did buy Infinite Wealth. I just haven't gotten to it because I haven't beaten Like a Dragon yet. I'm there. I'm like at the end though. I'm at the end. I have to go to the tower, but I don't know if I'm ready for the tower yet. I don't know if I have everything that I need to go in the tower, because from what I've read, the final boss could like insta kill me, and I don't want to like lose hours of time. Of course, I'm sure that there's probably a save spot, but I want to make sure that I'm ready. All my characters are around level 55, 60, and I've got a lot of weapons fairly upgraded, but still, I gotta keep doing the business meeting game. I remember because I wanted the party member that you could get from the business meeting stuff, from the business mini game. But I also, what did you get from getting all the way to rank 1? I forgot what you get. Do you remember what you get for getting to rank 1? I think there was like, I don't remember, but the only way to earn like an exceptional amount of money in that game is to do the business meeting, and it takes about takes about 10 minutes per run to get anything out of it. So I have to keep farming money in that game, because that is one problem that Like a Dragon has, is that there really isn't too many ways to earn an exuberant amount of money that isn't the business meeting thing.
That one I'm not sure. I tried Like a Dragon, but I didn't really get that far into it. I mean, I think I was still in the introductory period of it.
You should play it. It's extraordinarily out of pocket at some points. There was a point in the game where, like, I don't know why this part made me laugh so hard, but the characters, they went inside this sketchy bar, and the female character that you was working there. Maybe you remember this, critical, but she had to get a job there to like get the inside scoop of what was going on. And then during the cutscene, she comes bursting out of this room, and she's like, this guy tried to lick my armpit. And I'm just like, ugh, and I couldn't stop. I was like, that part made me laugh.
Yeah, that's the MO for Yakuza games. Just midway through the story, just throw some random stuff at you.
Oh, I love it. And so as you probably are aware, myself and Casey, we're super into anime, and I watch most of my stuff dubbed, so I recognize a lot of the voice actors in that game. And the guy who voices Ichiban is he voices oh, why am I drawing a blank on that guy from Jujutsu Kaisen? Why am I drawing a blank? Gojo. Same guy who voices Gojo. But yeah, I really like those games. Oh, who do we have? Who's joining? Someone's joining us.
Obviously, nobody.
It looks like Jalen. Okay. So here's what so critical, when he joins in, you got to be like, what did you think of the ending of Persona 5 Royal?
No, I'm not gonna call him out on that. I'll let him live.
He's having a problem coming in. This is fun.
When will he join? All right, taking bets. Is it gonna be 5 minutes, 10 minutes?
I don't know, but we could. Oh, Jalen, are you here?
That would be a no.
Oh.
Now he's trying again.
He's probably calling from his car. He does that. He's notorious for calling from his car. He'll come in and we'll hear.
I literally had to rush over here, man, but I made it, and I'm not from my car.
Your camera looks like a potato. Oh, here it comes. He's in. So critical. This is the guy who does not he does not beat any Persona games, but he starts them all.
Yeah.
So
I don't got any evidence to refute it, except I did beat Persona 5.
I don't
Persona
believe you.
5 is one of my favorite games.
I don't believe you.
I've shown you the evidence.
I don't believe you. You could have photoshopped that shit. I don't believe you.
What do you need me?
You could have photoshopped
what do you need me to do to prove it? What do you need me to do to prove it?
What you need to do is you need to unprivatize your trophies on PlayStation, so that way I can scroll through your trophies and see what you have and haven't completed. Anyway, what's going on?
We'll consider it. I'll consider it. To answer your question, what's it going on? Nothing much, man. I'm just getting off work. Kind of had to rush over here to make it on the call because I didn't want to do it on my phone for this time. So Glad to be here. What I miss? What are we talking about?
So we have touched on some of we have touched on some of the stuff from Gamescom and all that good stuff, but we'd be happy to revisit it to based off of your opinions on your comments.
Sure. What opinions in particular?
Just give us just tell us what you thought. Just tell us what you thought of the whole thing.
Okay, are we talking about opening night live or the event as a whole with all the trailers? I assume we mean opening night live, right?
Whatever you want, baby.
Okay, well, opening night live was about as good as I would have expected it to be from a Jeff Keighley show.
So it wasn't
I blame
good.
myself.
So
it wasn't good. I blame myself for hyping it up for more than it was, because I said, hey, I'm saying there's going to be a lot of cool stuff here. Maybe this might be the one. Maybe this might be the Jeff Keighley show that's actually good. It wasn't. It was the same shit as last time. A few decent trailers, terrible pacing issue. However, the fact that we know that Tarsier Studios' next game is coming out soon and it's called Reanimal, and it looks like a scarier and better Little Nightmares, that's awesome.
What was that? What was that one game with the girl? Something Nikki, something
Infinity Nikki. That looks cute. That looks cute too. Yeah, that looks cute. Yeah, I'm excited for Infinity Nikki. It looks like it's like a dress-up game where like your dresses give you powers. It's cute.
Oh, so it's a magical girl game.
Sure. We can chalk it up to magical girl game. Did we talk about Indiana Jones yet?
We didn't hear what we did talk about it, but we didn't hear your thoughts on it.
It's look, man. It's
oh, the look, man.
Objective. No, because I've had some time to think about it, some time to let it marinate, some time to process, you might say. And objectively speaking, I can recognize that it's not the worst thing in the world. I get it. I get that it's not the worst thing in the world. Even objectively, I will even grant that of all the stuff Xbox could have put on the PlayStation, right? Indiana Jones makes the most sense. It does. Like, if they put Doom: The Dark Ages on PlayStation, I guess it would make sense that they would put Indiana Jones on PlayStation, right? What bothers me isn't the fact that Indiana Jones is going to PlayStation necessarily. It's the fact that even if Phil Spencer said this was gonna happen, it's the fact that they did it with a lot of false truths and half truths and sort of corporate talk, and they didn't just flat out like say it. And that kind of gives Xbox a really shitty look. Like, it is really just the fact that they weren't upfront about it, like strictly just upfront about it, that Indiana Jones is going to other consoles. It's the fact that they waited till right now to really make it clear that this game that they've been spewing for a long time is the big Xbox like exclusive.
Have they really been spewing that though? Have they really been like, okay, have they really been doing that? Have they really been doing that to the extent that you believe that they've been doing that?
Well, let me say this. They haven't not made it clear that it wouldn't be on other consoles. They said, because the big thing that they said, right? They said, is Indiana Jones and Starfield coming to PlayStation?
No. That is what Xbox fans wanted to hear. What the question was, is Indiana Jones and Starfield among those 4 games?
One second, Doug. Could you repeat that question?
No, the question that was asked was, is Indiana Jones and Starfield going to be in those 4 games? And he said no. He wasn't wrong. But because they weren't among those 4 games.
No, you're absolutely right. He wasn't wrong. What that was a lot of corporate and half-truths.
But, okay.
Half-truths, because he worded it as if Indiana Jones wasn't going to be on there. And everybody rode.
Well, that's their fault for not understanding the question and the answer.
That's fair. That is fair. But I still understand the frustration because at the end of the day, it's like what we're always it's like no, in particular, it's what our chat is always saying, right? It's like we really don't have faith in the Xbox console anymore because anytime we see an exclusive, we are always going to think in the back of our head, is this going to go to other consoles? So at that point, do I still buy the console or do I just wait on my own console? It's like, it's not really, by doing this, it's not only a bad look for them, it's a bad look for their own console because it's kind of like, what is really the point in buying the Xbox anymore? If we can't even be certain that the games that we bought the Xbox for are going to be strictly for the console, why even buy it? But look, so let me extend one last olive branch, okay? I have all
Hey,
three
there's no
consoles.
need for an
So
olive
at the
branch.
end of
We're
the
all on the same side here.
yeah, it's just I guess extending the olive branch to everyone out there, right? To the people watching. It's it's I have all three consoles. So at the end of the day, I personally am really not losing. I still like Xbox. I still want to
Of
support
course you
the
do.
Xbox brand.
You like hentai, and you're the Xbot. You're the Xbot in our group. I had to throw that out there.
Xbox is a strong word, but let's call
it's inside joke in our group chat.
no, yeah, no, but yeah, I like Xbox. I do, and I want them to succeed. But when I see this, it makes it really hard to like in good and it makes it really hard to make a good argument in good faith. Like there's really no backing this up or hiding it for what it is. It's kind of like it's a bullshit move. It's not a good look for the fans. For like money, it makes sense. As a business move, it makes sense. I get it. But as the fans, if you're trying to build up fans and more importantly, build up your console, I can't back you up. It's a stupid move. It's a bad move. Okay, rant's over. Thank you for listening.
Does anybody have any comments?
Welcome to my TED Talk.
Does anybody have any comments based off that?
I do have a question. Why do you still have faith in Xbox that they're actually there for the fans?
Ooh, critical Brit. That is a good question. Let me put it to you this way. I do believe they still have faith in the fans because despite what a lot of people think, Phil Spencer is a money-grubbing businessman, but I do believe what he says about him loving games and wanting to build up the brand where it's more like what it used to be, right? I still believe in that. What I don't believe in is that Microsoft has faith in Phil Spencer anymore. Because I believe that in his attempt to try to make that console work, he failed. And Microsoft is essentially saying, "Okay, we're taking the reins. You fucked up 2 minutes." Sorry, am I? Yeah.
You can,
well, it's whatever.
Fucking A.
So it's just like I don't necessarily blame Phil Spencer entirely. I blame Microsoft because it's clear to me now that Microsoft is completely taking the reins. Because Brent, you put because you put something really funny in the chat a couple days ago. It was somebody who sat really close to Phil Spencer, and when Phil Spencer saw the announcement for PS5 for like Indiana Jones, his face just went numb. Like,
yeah. So for a bit of context, I spend a lot of time on Twitter, probably an unhealthy amount of time on Twitter. It's how I stay plugged in. It's how I stay on top of the things that I like. And some random person popped up and said, I was sitting 3 seats away from Phil Spencer and this is what he looked like when Indiana Jones was announced for PS5. And basically it was like a GIF or image of like the most glum looking person you could ever possibly see. And so I can imagine that he's probably feeling a little defeated right now by whoever is holding on to his pigtails over at Microsoft. So,
but I don't know. Just also, I'm just an optimist. I Xbox was my first console. It's going to be really hard for me to just not have hope for the brand. But I'll say this, between this and Tango Gameworks and Hi-Fi Rush, it's getting real difficult. Critical Brits getting real difficult.
By the way, I like Hi-Fi Rush now because it's on PlayStation.
Okay, you don't like it because it's on PlayStation. You like the game, you just didn't play it.
Pretty much. That's pretty much it.
I just like pissing Jalen off. I just like pissing Jalen off, because it's okay. It was good. It was enjoyable. It was all right. That what was it? That werewolf fight. That is the best. That was such a fun boss. What was that guy's name?
Roquefort. Awesome fight. Best fight in the game.
You can't beat classical music boss fights at all.
No, see,
there's just no way.
Oh, you can, Audie Froggy. No, you can't.
So no. What was cool was like that they took Wolfgang Gartner took Beethoven's Fifth and remixed it and remixed it in a way that was so epic. And it just worked for that boss fight because that boss fight was epic. The Roquefort boss fight was so much fun. Like I was just like, okay, this is cinema. Like, like this is amazing.
Brother, see,
I loved the Roquefort
that might
fight.
actually be the most positive I've seen you be on this game, and I'm here for it. I love it. Because it was an awesome part.
And honestly, because that song was at 120 beats per second, it was really easy to do attacks. Dance music is really easy because it's like you know, like, I mean, if you're listening to a house song, which that song is, it's 120. It's 120 beats per second, maybe 130 max, but like it's really easy to do combos, especially if it's on a beat. But yeah, so but no, so here's the joke, right? Here's the running joke that Xbox gamers are beta testing Xbox games for PlayStation players because let's face it, Hi-Fi Rush was awesome with DualSense.
It was the definitive way to play Hi-Fi Rush, and I like the Xbox. I'll keep it a buck. The little vibrations of the metal as you like do combat on PlayStation 5 made it 10 times better.
Yeah, it was DualSense is amazing. Anything else you have to say about Gamescom except besides Indiana Jones and what was that one game? Infinity Nikki.
And Infinity. But other than those three games, man, just this same
Monster Hunter Wilds.
Yeah, it looks really cool. It looks really cool. It's just, you know,
it's got waifus.
Not much to talk about. Yes, it does. That's always appreciated. But I mean, like, there's no date.
It's coming out this year, isn't it?
One thing,
isn't it coming out in fall?
No, it's coming out in 2025. It's coming out in 2025.
I thought it was originally.
Yeah, we only got a year, but no.
I thought it was originally announced for 2024. I thought that was coming this year. Are you sure?
Positive, dog. Sorry, but it's not coming until 2025.
Yeah, I think you might have saw something, mate.
Yeah, but I have gotten to a point where I refuse to get particularly too excited for something. Too excited, unless we have a solid date. Well, okay, Reanimal. Well, Reanimal was the exception because Reanimal just looked awesome. But Monster Hunter Wilds didn't look awesome enough to where I'm gonna get that excited if we don't have a date. And other than that, there's like a.
You're right. It does say 2025 on Steam.
Okay, cool. Okay. I mean, it would have been nice if it was 2024. I was kind of hoping I was wrong, but oh well.
Yeah.
And yeah, man, just same shit, different toilet. It's the same Jeff Keighley issues, man. He gets some nice production, a few decent trailers.
Is Gamescom his thing now? Is that his thing? Has that always been his thing, or does he just host it?
Yeah. No. I'm pretty sure the games. I'm pretty sure it's like Summer Game Fest, then Gamescom, then Game Awards. All three are like his love child, right?
So Critical, you're more than welcome to join us on this. Because it's the 10-year anniversary, we got to see how boring the show will be, and we'll have to like do another recording of it and do another reaction. Just last year, oh my god, last year when watching it, Casey, were you with it? Were you did you do that with us? Did you watch, or was that during a time when you were still I think you were at work.
I was probably at work.
You're probably at work.
I mean, during this year, during Gamescom, I was still at work.
No, the Game Awards, me, Jalen, and James watched.
And James.
And
yeah, because it never happens during the weekend, so I'm usually working.
Yeah, it happens Thursday nights at like, I think oh, that's right. It starts at like 5 o'clock, right? It starts at like 5 o'clock, 4 o'clock.
It's at 5
California time.
Freaking 3 hours.
And then it went for 3 hours.
Yeah, see, for 2 of those hours I'd be driving, or 1 hour I'd be working, and then like an hour and a half I'd be driving. So no, would not be able to catch it at all. Sadly.
Yeah. So we can all agree at this point.
I'd be down to watch it again.
We can all agree at this point that Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is going to take it, right?
Game of the year as of now, yeah. I really don't have much game that's going up again. I think right now, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is most likely the shoe-in for Game of the Year. But I do think of the 6 games, Stellar Blade and Black Myth are going to be there.
Oh, Critical, have you tried Black Myth at all, or have you been, or what did you even answer the question? What have you been playing? What have you been playing recently?
Some Street Fighter 6.
Some Street Fighter 6.
Nice. I need to go back to that game. That was a fun game.
I'm waiting on Terry right now.
Nice.
Did you play Rebirth, or is Final Fantasy not in your wheelhouse of stuff?
Nah, turn-based-ish Final Fantasy just doesn't hit for me like 16 does.
Rebirth doesn't do turn-based.
Well, I mean, turn-based is like, like what is it? What's it called? The system they use? It's like
I don't think either Remake or Rebirth does really a turn-based.
They're not turn-based. They're live-action fights.
I mean, I guess technically they are like turn-based, but not really in the traditional sense. If that makes.
I mean, you can rotate.
Like,
you can.
They're not really.
You can switch between your characters, and like over time, you have to rebuild up their ATB bar. But like that's through like doing things. You don't just sit and wait for it to happen.
Well, I like more control is what I should have said. The ATB bit, like spamming, like no, not spamming, but like pressing the same attack button multiple times as someone that comes from like Devil May Cry, fucking Bayonetta and shit. Like those games for me give me way more instant feedback than waiting for it to. What did you say?
Sorry, dog. So you like your straight up action games, like just straight up action.
Yeah, I love the SSS ranks, like smoking a boss.
Dude, you would love Remake. You got to give it a shot. Honestly, I bet you anything. If you
I played Remake and I didn't like it.
Oh, you played a Remake and you didn't like it? Okay, never mind. I'm sorry.
Hey, Brent, I'll tell you what he would like. He would like Stellar Blade. He would like Stellar Blade a lot. Because if you just like action games, you would love Stellar Blade. In fact, you would love Black Myth Wukong probably.
I've been meaning to play Stellar Blade. I'm not buying it for 70 quid though.
You should. It's worth it. Like it is. It's worth it. It's like
it's really good, man.
It's
actually really good.
It's like generally I stay out of the full price debate thing because I usually just don't care, and what people how people spend their money and what they want to spend their money on, ultimately that's their business. But honestly, like it's worth every penny. And I was surprised with how much I liked it. It's got waifus.
That's all you need.
Theme of the show.
That's literally all you
Yeah, games have waifus. But no, honestly, it's like so Stellar Blade is what video games should strive to be again. It's just a video game. Stellar Blade is just a video game. Like the story is kind of confuddled, but like the gameplay is so good and locked down and rewarding, and it feels good that like the game is a video game. I don't know how to like best like emphasize it anymore, but the game, it's just a damn video game, not like this huge, like, don't get me wrong, I love the remake games and Rebirth and like all these other games that are just big and explosive and crazy and all that good stuff. But like sometimes I just want to play a video game. You know what?
Sometimes,
it's Kingdom Hearts, but with waifus.
You just keep going back to the waifus, man.
But no, honestly, like, look, at the end of the day, like I said, how people want to spend their money, that's fine. But like, I would, yes, it's worth every penny. Like, it is surprisingly worth every penny that I spent on it. But I say that about a lot of stuff. Don't listen to me. What is it? I'm an unreliable narrator.
Well, it is worth noting, I completely 100% agree with everything you just said. Like, you literally don't have to describe it more, as in, it's a video game. And that's why it's a quality video game. And that's why you should buy it.
Mm-hmm.
And the parry system is the best parry system of this year. The parry system is so
I think it's one of the best parry systems that I've ever encountered, simply because there isn't a massive learning curve to it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
so Brent, critical Brent. Did we convince you? Are you gonna go buy it? You gonna go?
I will eventually buy it. Yeah, I'm just Terry comes out in a month, and then Metaphor comes out the month after, well, less than a week after. So
that's right. I have a pre-order for Metaphor coming. Like, just remember, folks, if I had to put money on it, Jalen will play about 30 hours of Metaphor, and then he will stop and go to something else, and will never complete Metaphor.
Do I get to keep the $30 if I prove that wrong?
Did I say $30? I said I would just bet money. It could be a nickel, but but like,
darn.
did I say a dollar amount? I don't know. But I would bet money that you won't complete the game.
Ooh, now we're going to get somewhere. All right, put bets down.
How much though? But how much?
How much? Okay.
How much?
Okay. So, okay. We can place bets, and I'll put down a reasonably priced video game that Jalen will not complete the game within a reasonable amount of time.
A reasonable amount of time. A reasonable amount. Okay, what's a reasonable amount of time to finish Metaphor?
Critical. You're the resident Persona person. What would be a reasonable amount of time in weeks?
But Critical, it is worth noting before you answer that, I work weekly. I work on the weekends.
We all do.
I go to school in the afternoon.
We all do.
And
we all do.
And
we all do.
And
your point is invalid. We all do.
You do everything I just said. Everything.
I do all of that except school and hospital. I work a full-time job. Like, my weekends are about where my time is at. But we all do that. Okay, so with that being said, Critical, what as the resident Persona expert, the one who's played them all I think you've played all of them except for like 1 and 2, right? what would be a reasonable amount of time in a reasonable amount of time in months for him to take to complete the game?
Yeah, critical.
Pressure on. Well, it
What's
depends
the
how long
reasonable
it's gonna
amount of
be.
time?
Shut up, Jalen.
It kind of depends how long it's gonna be, right? Because like you can be the Persona 5 and it can be like 175 hours, or it can be like Persona 3 Reload where it's like 75.
80 hours, yeah.
So if we're not saying side content, none of that, skip it all, no over leveling. Month and a half.
A month and a half?
I can't do it in a month and a half.
You-
Are you nuts?
So he's trying to get extra time because he wants the money.
No. See, here's the thing. He can't be. The beautiful thing is he can't be a part of the bet because he is the player. You know, so he doesn't get anything out of this except for like bragging rights. The only person to get anything out of this are those who like, because like, you know, that would be like, what would that be like if he bet on himself? That would be like that would be like rigging the stock market.
I got a point there.
I can't even bet on myself to win. That's a bummer.
If you okay, I'll tell you what. I'll get you a $10 PlayStation gift card if you manage to get it within a reasonable amount of time. So the winner would get a reasonably priced video game, and you would get a $10 PSN card. He's not gonna do it, so it's like he's not gonna do it. He's not gonna be able to make it because what's gonna happen is he'll get halfway through Metaphor, and then like another game will come out, and he'll move on to that. I mean, that's what he does. That's what he does with the Persona games, except for 5 apparently. But I still don't believe that.
You can just read me like a book, don't you?
I can because
you just completely know me, don't you?
Because I've known you for what, 5 years now, give or take, and
that long,
kind of, and like, and you put out a false review for Persona 5 Royal.
I did do that.
But okay, let me ask you this. How far did you get in Golden? Did you ever play Golden on when it was on Game Pass?
Golden.
Persona 4
you
Golden?
Mean Royal? Persona 5 Royal?
No, Persona 4 Golden.
Persona 4 Golden. Oh, I haven't touched it yet. I haven't played it yet.
Now you've told him 9. That's what he's playing after Metaphor.
So now I need to play that after Metaphor?
So Metaphor comes out what? October what?
11th.
October, like end of October, right?
Okay. October 10th.
Oh, that's sooner than
All right, I'll tell you what. So October 10th, October to November, November to December. I do not see him completing Metaphor ReFantazero before Indiana Jones comes out. When Indiana Jones comes out, he will switch over to Indiana Jones and he will never come back to, so that's 2 months. 2 months.
2 months to beat Metaphor ReFantazio. Question: between that and Indiana Jones, what does anyone have a release schedule on them? Does anyone know what other games are coming out between that time? Anyone?
Can't say that I do.
I can't say that I do either.
Darn. Because I know I gotta worry about Sparking Zero.
Dude, you're not gonna play Sparkling Zero. What are you talking about?
But I want to. It looks fun.
You're not gonna play.
Remember, I played it at Anime Expo and it was fun.
You're not gonna play You're not gonna buy nor play Sparkling Zero.
You know, every time you tell me I'm not gonna do it, it makes me want to do it out of spite. So maybe I will just do it. Maybe.
I mean, it would just be weird for it would be weird for like someone who's like a non-Dragon Ball fan to pick up Sparkling Zero.
Yeah, non-Dragon Ball fan, more like very casual Dragon Ball fan. I know of it. I've I've seen a few this season. So I've played a couple
If you
of the
get
games.
if you get Sparkling Zero, it's on. It's on.
Bet. All right.
It's
All
on.
right. Okay. Challenge accepted. Just throwing down the gauntlet, are you?
Is Sparkling Zero cross-platform?
No, but I would have bought it on my PlayStation anyway. So
Zero.
there really isn't
Crossplay?
much reason to be buying games on my Xbox.
Oh, it won't support crossplay natively. See, that's an L. But still, okay, it's on. But I still don't think that you'll get it. I don't think. Okay, here's what'll happen. You'll buy it and you'll play it for like maybe 2 hours and then.
Be right back, you guys.
Okay, you'll buy it. You'll play it for like 2 hours and then. But Sparkling Zero comes out on the 10th.
Yeah, I mean,
Sparkling Zero comes out on the 10th as well, I believe.
Oh, it comes out on this. Oh, that's an issue. It comes out on the same day, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, if it comes out on the same day, well, then I probably won't buy it. If I have to choose between that or Metaphor,
Of course.
I'm
No,
choosing
I mean,
Antizio.
but okay, so here's the deal. So here's the deal. Okay. So I'm putting it in your hands, Jalen. So here's what we'll do, right? Jalen, if you can beat Metaphor Refanta Zero within my time frame, I'll get you I'll give you some Xbox money. Now, if not Xbox money, I'll give you some PlayStation money, okay? If anybody wants to make a bet beyond those 2 months and maybe someone has confidence that he'll complete it sooner. Maybe someone thinks that it'll complete it later. Whoever, like, if someone wants to make a reasonable bet, and they win that bet, I'll put a game, a reasonably priced game, probably not a full priced game. Like, it'd probably be maybe an older game, maybe $40 or so.
Oh, come on, you gotta go all the way with it.
I'm not doing that. But I see that. But the thing, I guess I could, because I have zero confidence that he'll do it. Track record states.
My heart. Dang. Out of all the years that you've known me, you have that little faith in me?
When it comes to Persona game, I guess I don't know. When it comes to lengthy Atlas games, no, I do not have faith in you whatsoever.
Casey, you have faith in me, don't you?
Reload.
Don't get me in on this.
Reload.
You're talking,
dude. Khaled beat Reload in a weekend.
Well, that's cause that guy doesn't sleep. I don't know what he does. How he plows through these games so quickly.
Critical. So critical. So we have a buddy. His name is Khaled, and he's in the Middle East somewhere. I forgot that he's in a little tiny country in the Middle East. And he got Persona. It was his first Persona game. He got Persona 3 the day that it came out. So I guess he would have gotten it like the equivalent to the United States. So let's see. I think it came out on a Friday. He got it like middle of the day on Thursday because of the time difference for us, right? So I think it would have technically been his Friday. So he got it when it was available to be gotten. Sorry, my dogs. So he got it when it was first available to be gotten. So let's just go ahead and say Friday at midnight, right? By what was it? It was like middle of the afternoon on Sunday when he made the post that he completed it, right? Jalen.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Repeat that, brother. I'm sorry.
It was like middle. So he got it like he got it at lunchtime, and it was middle of the afternoon on Sunday when he announced that he completed it, right?
I think it might have been a little later, more like Monday or Tuesday, but he did finish around like that a weekend. It definitely took him like him a weekend.
Yeah, it was like I was like, what? Because when he had completed it, and like I had started playing mine, the moment I could, and by the time he completed it, I was probably only like halfway through the game, and I had basically been playing all weekend. Uh,
I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
It's like the guy is notorious for just plowing through these
yeah.
through these videos. It's both questioning yet legitimately impressive. It's like like every time I see it, I'm like, how the hell did you do that?
Yeah. It's impressive,
Like,
actually. It
but-
like
Yeah.
he'll get a game at launch. He'll get a game at launch, and then like 3 days later, he'll announce that he got the platinum trophy for it. I think that's. I think he did that with Alan Wake 2 as well. He breezed through Alan Wake 2.
How can you do that but still enjoy the game? Like, ugh.
That's what
Yeah, it's a good question. I mean,
we ask that all the time.
yeah,
It's sorry.
it's crazy.
Go on,
But what do you think of that? What do you like? That's like critical. That's like playing 24. That's like playing 24 hours a day until it's done, basically, right?
Yeah, I think I would die.
I like me. If I game too long for too many days in a row, I will start feeling a little like, okay, I think I need to go outside for a little while. Like, but
I love video games, but I can only play them for so long. I actually like to go outside and do stuff. So the most I can sit down in one session is like at most maybe like 5 or 6 hours. After that, my legs legitimately start hurting. Like actually start hurting. I gotta move and do something.
I think my longest binge times for games. Hey, Dip Down Anime, thanks for coming into the chat. How's it going? I think my longest binge time. Oh, okay, he's still here. I just turned off his mic.
Yeah, I'll be right. I mean,
No, it's
I'm
okay.
still here.
I think I did like 12-hour days once during like Mass Effect 3 when that first came out. I was pretty quick about beating Mass Effect. I took the week off. I took the week off from Mass Effect 3 and I just played it nonstop. Like I think I beat it after like 4 days. And then I think, but I also think that I've done like 12-hour days for Persona 5 in the past during the weekend. But I can't do anything beyond that. It's like I have to like get up and move at least like I gotta like walk around. I don't know.
Touch some grass.
Right?
Yeah, I don't know.
And even that, after a while, it's like it just becomes repetitive. Especially if you binge it all in that short amount of time, it just becomes less fun. At least to me.
Dip Down says, looking forward to enjoying all these great games on Game Pass. Hey, like if that's how you want it, like look, I might have my reservations about Game Pass, but like I'm not gonna disparage anybody who uses it except for Jalen. Except for Jalen.
Hey, can I ask a question? Is James here?
No, he's not.
Oh, okay. I just saw his name here and I was wondering.
Oh, I put him.
Why is he so quiet?
I put him in the Discord chat because like, so that way he can just join in, because when adding someone to an existing chat while on a call, it like freezes things up, and like sometimes the call starts entirely over. So I just decided to add him to the chat, so that way if he decided to come, he could just join the call and it would be no problem, and I wouldn't have to like do any weird finagling with the adding, because he'd already be in there.
Sounds good to me. Okay.
Critical, do you do collector's editions for anything?
No, unless I'm like really into it, I guess. Like I wanted the Zelda ones, but
Yeah, I'm doing the collector's edition for Sparkling Zero and Metaphor. Sparkling Zero one looks amazing.
for me, it's always bad timing because like I normally don't like to buy it unless I like the game, because I'm not having a game I don't like. Collector's edition, I think that for me would be a waste of money. And then every time I go look, and then it's out of stock. So
Well, so for me, like I'm very like I like. So for example, if you If you look in the back there, so I've got a bunch of stuff for Persona, and then I got the Spider-Man one because I knew that I was gonna like Spider-Man. I got the Resident Evil 4 one because I knew that Resident Evil 4 the original is like my favorite game of all time, and then I've got a Last of Us one because I knew that I was gonna like The Last of Us. So if it like I definitely I totally like I get that, like making sure that you like something before you want to like heavily invest in it, but man, I couldn't pass up on that. Couldn't pass up on Ultra Instinct Goku fighting Broly. It's such a cool like it's such a cool like figurine. I'm a big Dragon Ball Z fan. I don't know if you picked up on that, but I'm a big Dragon Ball Z fan. Oh, take a look at this. Take a look at these. I got some stuff added from this is I still have some stuff in storage in California, but I got some of my PlayStation 2 games from there. And so I've got the there it is. There we go. That's Dragon Ball Z Budokai for PlayStation 2. This is like 20 years old. And then Budokai 3 as well. These aren't the Tenkaichi ones. These are just the straight Budokai ones. Unfortunately, my Dragon Ball Z Budokai 2 has been lost to time. But here's something for you, Critical. Here's something that you might appreciate. This is my opening weekend. PlayStation Kingdom Hearts 2, PlayStation 2. I remember going to the GameStop to get this. I traded in a couple games for it. Can't remember which ones I traded in, but I remember going, I'm going to go home and play this for a couple of hours before I have to get up and go to school tomorrow, and I'm going to play as Sora, Donald, and Goofy, and then I get home, and for the 2 hours that I had allotted to play, I was playing as fucking Roxas.
You got scammed. The more scammed him.
I was sitting there like, who is this guy? Because I hadn't played, what was it? It was Chain of Memories, right? Was it Chain of Memories? That was the Game Boy?
It was Chain of Memories, yes.
And that's like,
but even then, you're not even explained about Roxas at all.
But isn't Roxas first introduced in Chain of Memories?
I think so. Let me double check.
I think it's Days that came after KH2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
so he was...
in Days is when you find out about his past and how Axel knows him and stuff like that. And that came after Kingdom Hearts 2.
Okay. And Dip
so,
Down,
I wouldn't be surprised.
I hope that you're
seeing a random character when you first trying to play as Sora.
Okay, so
it was weird.
He does appear in Chain of Memories, but only as a cameo during the final scenes of it.
Oh, okay.
So it's like you still don't know who Roxas is. It's just a character that you see.
Okay.
And then you're playing him in the next game.
Okay.
Which pissed everybody off.
But Dip Down, I hope that you're enjoying RE4 Remake. It was like, as someone who's played the original Resident Evil 4 like 20 some odd times, RE4 Remake was a dream. But yeah, so what else do I have here? I've started really collecting PlayStation 2 games. And so I've got the original Ratchet and Clank. I've got
That's awesome.
I've got Going Commando, but it's in a GameStop thing. And I have Up Your Arsenal. I got my Dragon Ball Z games. I of course have Persona 4 and Persona 3 FES. And I have Time Splitters 2, which, hey, all three Time Splitters games have been added to PlayStation Premium, I think. So here are some priceless gems that nobody has ever heard of, and certainly nobody's ever played. There's PsyOps: The Mindgate Conspiracy, one of the best games ever made, and nobody's ever played it. The Suffering. Okay, has anybody heard of any of these games? The Suffering and the sequel to The Suffering.
I've heard of Psyops. Suffering sounds pretty familiar. I don't know if I played it or seen it, but that does sound familiar.
And then I have
Psyops.
I know
I
about
know I have
Psyops.
played.
That's all you ever talk about.
And then I got Okami. I've never played Okami, so I'm gonna
You've never played Okami?
I've never played Okami, so now I have to play.
And
so,
you have it. You need to play it.
I bought it. I bought it recently. So I bought it recently. It was one of the many birthday gifts that I got for myself.
It is so beautiful and it is hilarious to me.
And then of course, no PS2 collection can be complete without.
Wait, can I guess?
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. It's the only PlayStation 2 game that matters. So, no, that's not true. But that means you probably have Jak and Daxter, right?
No.
Star Wars Pod Racers.
Mm-hmm. And I'm glad Dip Down knows The Suffering. Yeah. Okay. No PlayStation 2 collection is complete without Onimusha 1, Onimusha 2, and Onimusha 3.
What the hell is that?
You'll never know.
Death glare. The death glare.
You'll never know. You'll never know the brilliant.
I disappointed you so much. I'm sorry.
Well,
I just have no idea what any of those are.
You're young. It's okay. It's okay. But I need to get some other ones. I think I need to hunt down. I need to hunt down Resident Evil 4 because my copy of Resident Evil 4 has been lost to time, and I need to hunt down Kingdom Hearts 1.
I know. One of these days, I am going to buy that Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2.5 that's on Steam right now. I want to buy it so bad. Because I want to replay those. Those are such good games. And I never played the 0.5 editions.
I'm gonna disappoint Critical here and say that I have yet to start my chronological order playthrough. I actually started watching that video that you recommended, like that 40-minute long explanation about like the Keyblade Wars that were like from like 1,000 years prior or whatever. And I got like 20 minutes in and I was like,
what?
Falling asleep.
I was like, what is going on here? Like I think what I just need to do is I need to get on to YouTube on my TV and just put it up there and just watch it like a movie as opposed to watching it on my phone at like midnight. Because
probably would be a smart choice.
There was a lot going on there. And it sounds like Dip Down is aware of the Onimusha games, which is great. But what else do we want to talk about tonight, boys? What else is
Black Myth? Can we talk about how Black Myth just wiped the floor with fucking every other game?
Okay.
From this,
is it a Souls-like? Is it a Souls-like game? Settle it right here, right now. Is it a Souls-like game?
I can tell you with certainty, it is not a Souls-like game, in my opinion. Souls-like games have way more RPG to it. This one feels more strictly sided to the action.
Okay.
Okay, so I haven't played it. I have watched a bunch of streamers playing it, and everybody keeps asking, "Oh, is it Souls-like? Is it?"
You guys go ahead and talk. I'll be right back.
They keep saying that it's like God of War meets Dark Souls. To me, I would say it's more God of War meets Jedi Survivor or Fallen Order.
Mm-hmm.
That's the way that I would really classify it, where it's like it is a sort of Souls, but it leans more into the story rather than into the RPG aspect kind of thing. And I am loving watching it. It is amazing to watch. I do want to play it, except that I feel like my computer would become a potato if I tried to play it on my computer. But it looks amazing. I love how you can transform into the different enemies. And plus, I'm a huge fan of Journey to the West, so I just love it. And I love the whole
Yeah,
Chinese
man.
mythology part.
Now see, I made a video talking about why I was really excited for that game. And the main reason why I was excited is strictly for the myth for the mythology. I love learning and I love the mythology. So seeing all this stuff that I'm unfamiliar with and actually feel like I'm getting educated on it, that's just such a me game, and I fuck with that a lot. And it also helps that Black Myth is just really freaking fun. It's really fun.
Mhm.
It's not like so the farther I get in Black Myth, the more I do start to notice a lot of the issues. But it this is a type of game that deserves the love that it's giving, and I think this is the evidence that a lot of companies need about how players are speaking with their wallet, right? They're speaking with their wallet, and this game
Mhm.
sold 10 million copies in 3 days. That is insane.
That is a
So who
freaking
knows?
insane
Maybe we might.
number.
Yeah. So who knows? Maybe we might get more games like this, because I bet PlayStation is looking at Black Myth and thinking, "Dang, we should have hopped on that train instead of Concord."
No, okay. No, what PlayStation should have done, and this is like, they should have they sh- they should have abandoned Concord and focused on The Last of Us Online.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the way they described it though, weren't they saying that like the game was like a disaster or something?
I don't know.
Well, to be fair, I guarantee it probably could have sold way better at fucking launch than Concord did, even if it was a disaster. So
Yeah.
I joke, but I feel bad for Concord, honestly, because I played the beta and it's a fine beta.
The
It's
issue
perfectly fine.
the issue, like, I'm sure that Concord is a perfectly fine game. I'm sure that it is. That's actually, like, from the few people who are playing it, I've heard that, like, it runs really well and it plays really well, and, like, it's a solid shooter. But the numbers, the number of players speaks loudly. It's a game that nobody wanted.
Very true.
Like, Dip Down saying, "Don't worry, Xbox is going to save the day for PlayStation." Well, I'll counter that and say that PlayStation is going to save the day for Xbox, because people will actually buy the games on PlayStation. Zing.
Nah, I heard somebody make an argument that Concord would have sold better if it was multiplat, and I'm kind of like, really? Are you sure?
I don't think
Like,
so.
Xbox gamers don't even play games like as is usually, and damn near 700, 800 people on Steam are playing it as we speak. So you think playing it on Xbox, adding maybe a couple hundred, maybe triple hundred, if you're lucky, boost that number up would really make a huge difference on a game that cost millions of dollars. It's a sucky
It's just
situation.
it's a game that nobody wanted. It's a game that nobody wanted.
And it
That's
was
all.
wrong time, wrong place, right? You have Marvel Rivals, you have Overwatch, you have Valve's new hero Dota shooter thing.
I'm
True.
so,
Yeah.
just have the rent ready when it's time to pay up. Hey, I got money. I have money to spend. I will never feel guilty for buying games. Never. And if people want to rent their games through Game Pass, then that's fine. Shout out to all the PS players funding Game Pass. That's right. Because
Hey!
you just basically admitted that Xbox players don't buy their games. They get everything through Game Pass. And yeah, PlayStation has to come in and save the day. James is here.
Hold up and let Brent cook.
No, it's okay.
What's happening?
Oh, I'm
James, hold on and let Brent cook.
I'm not cooking anything. It's just like,
Okay,
Dip Down's in the chat, and he's my
Oh,
buddy. I love him. He's great. And we like to have fun when it comes to PlayStation versus Xbox. So
yeah.
yeah. It's a
Well,
party in
I mean,
here.
yeah.
What's going on, James?
All I came to say was you're probably better off buying a Virtual Boy over an Xbox at this point. Because
God damn.
because at least Virtual Boy games stay Virtual Boy exclusive.
What's
I don't want James here anymore.
I
I have to choose right now. It's him or me.
I'm gonna choose James.
Oh damn,
Ooh.
that is crazy.
So critical. So Jalen, we have a group chat on Instagram. It's called Jalen Loves Hentai because he loves hentai. He only watches High School DxD and Girls Bravo.
Dylan, plead the fifth right now.
Sarcastic laugh.
I'm just gonna suggest that you plead the fifth, just for your own sake.
Like,
Don't say anything.
what you need to do is you need to watch Mushoku Tensei, so that way if you're watching something degenerate, at least it's something degenerate with substance. PS games are on on PC, that's correct, but they're not on Xbox.
They're not on Xbox. That's for sure.
Anyway.
So, James, I guess that statement signifies that you won't be buying an Xbox anytime soon.
No. Give me one reason to buy an Xbox.
I
wouldn't be surprised if Halo came to PlayStation.
So Dip Down is saying, so all you need is a PC and a Switch, correct? Well, sure. That's one way to look. That's one way to put it. Or, you have a PC and a PlayStation because all Xbox games come to PC right away, whereas PlayStation games usually take a couple of years. So.
And haven't a lot of the PlayStation ports to PC been kind of not great?
Some have worked out and some haven't.
Yeah. So, I mean, if you want to play the game the best way possible.
Which ones haven't worked? I'm actually asking. I thought
wasn't Last of Us like really bad?
The Last of Us
didn't
was
it take
really
like
bad.
hours to boot up?
Last of Us was really bad.
Yeah, The Last of Us was bad. Yeah, that's true. Last of Us
I feel like there were
bad.
others though.
I heard God of War was good. I heard God of War was good. I heard Ghost was good.
Ratchet and Clank, I think had some. Did Ratchet and Clank have some issues?
Ratchet and Clank's on PC.
I am not sure.
I can't remember, but the only thing that was the drama around that time is that it didn't need an SSD to run.
That's right. Couple of years. What are you talking about? It took God of War Ragnarok 2 years to come to PC. It's taken 2 years. Now look, some it might be the future. Day and date on PC might be the future for PS, but it's certainly not the imminent future. So we'll see what happens.
It's not happening as we speak.
But it took I think the fastest a game has come to, usually it's about a year. It's about I think I have seen some be as early as 6 months, but that might be like third party stuff. But
if we're talking
most first party PlayStation games usually take at minimum 12 months to go to PC. Right?
Yeah.
For the most part.
If we're talking about the fastest game to go to PC that's a PlayStation exclusive, technically wouldn't that be Helldivers 2?
Okay. Then so their multiplayer games, yeah, their multiplayer games will be day and date, but like the single player games are still going to be console exclusive for an indeterminate amount of time. Usually, like history dictates it's about 12 to 18 months, with 2 years kind of pushing it. That's a Horizon. That's a Lego game. Lego probably made that decision.
Yeah, I think
I forgot
most
that
of,
game is coming out.
most of Lego's like game audience is probably more on Switch than PlayStation. So
To be
I
honest,
feel like they're doing better there.
as far as Indiana Jones goes, I honestly think that there could be a solid argument to be made that it could have been Disney's decision to do the PlayStation yeah, I don't know. That was like for me, like, sorry, I'm talking to you guys and I'm also talking to the chat. So
Yeah.
so as far as like Horizon goes, yeah, there were definitely some PlayStation players that were pissed. But like it's just like I don't know. Like I honestly like I what I'll do is I like to razz with my friends about the whole console war thing. But at the end of the day, I don't care. Like I don't care. But what was I saying? What was I talking about before that? What were we talking about? I'm sorry.
Not me.
No clue. Keep going everywhere.
I know. We were talking about
it was Disney. It was about Disney. And Indiana Jones.
I do think that so I think I would not be surprised if Lego made the decision to make the Horizon game multi-platform. And I could see a solid argument be made that Disney may have wanted Indiana Jones on multiple platforms. So
that I can actually understand.
Yeah, I feel like an argument could be made. I mean, there's no evidence for it, but I do think that like it's plausible, right? It's plausible. So, but of course that does not account for like Spider-Man though. Maybe because games actually sell on PlayStation. Oh.
Who's doing that Lego Horizon game? Is that Telltale? Or TT? Not Telltale.
No, not
the Lego
Telltale.
Horizon game. I think
didn't TT do all the old Lego games? Did they shut down?
Lego Horizon Adventures. Developer is Studio Gobo Limited Guerrilla Games.
Okay, so not. I think TT Games used to do all the old Lego games. Which, by the way, Brent, you should get that set, the Lego Horizon set. It's awesome.
I should get the Lego Horizon set.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite Lego sets.
I still need to get the Lego Millennium Falcon. I just don't have a spot. I just don't have a spot for it, and it's flimsy from what I've heard.
Oh yeah, I have heard that too. Anyway,
I just want Darth Jar Jar. That's the only thing I want.
They are doing that.
What was that?
I just said they are doing that. I was.
Oh, I know. I saw it. That's always been my running joke about it.
Yeah. Lego has a new like Star Wars like half-hour special coming out, and it's like, multiverse shit. So, I think the Millennium Falcon is like evil, and Jar Jar's like a Sith. Yeah.
Even though Jar Jar was already a Sith, but
Well, yeah, right. They just, I don't know. I guess they ignored that.
I know.
But yeah, it's just like it's like Lego's like one of their like half-hour specials. And Jedi Bob's back.
Jedi Bob?
Who's Jedi Bob?
All right, so we're getting real like obscure now. Jedi Bob was in so he was this random like Jedi. It was like like a minifigure, right, in a set from like 2002.
Mhm.
I think it was a Republic gunship. And he was just like supposed to be some random Jedi, but like they put like the average like Lego City like construction worker face on him. So people started calling him Jedi Bob. And they never, like really acknowledged him. But the half-hour special is like he's like the main character, I think,
I
and they
see.
call him Jedi Bob. So it's just like a running joke.
Okay, so I want to get Critical Brit back in the conversation here. So, and I know that
Yeah, sorry about that.
he's my go-to for Persona stuff. So, Critical, I need you to put forth a solid, compelling argument for James here to play a Persona game.
No.
Yeah.
No, just no.
I feel like if
What do
there's,
you-
I feel
I
like
wanna hear it, though.
I feel like if there's one person, I feel like if there's one person who could put forth a solid, compelling argument for someone who really
For me to
likes,
spend 100 hours on a genre that I don't like.
just
Hey, not all of them are 100 hours.
Yeah, some of them are only 80.
Oh, thank
Some of them
God.
75.
Dude, I struggled with Final Fantasy 16, and that's a genre I do like. And that was like 80 hours. Like, it was great. I loved it, but like, it gets to a certain point. Like, if I'm playing like the same thing for so long, it's just, I don't know. I think it's kind of rough, and especially to do like, because Persona is turn-based, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So,
but it's engaging turn base. Like it
okay,
is.
but what does that mean?
It means that like if you know the combat mechanics and you have your party down and you understand the various, and you make sure that you understand the various weaknesses and things to the enemies that you fight, the combat almost feels as if it's not turn based and that it's super fluid, and it is usually over fairly quickly.
Okay.
So like it doesn't always feel, even though it's turn based, if you know what you're doing and you make it flow correctly, it's boom 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 boom, you're done with combat. And it's
Okay.
it's really and once you get it down, and once you get the combat down to like a science, it's just like it's just smooth as butter. It's yeah. And yeah. That's how did I do, guys? Like does that make
No,
sense?
yeah, that was
much.
perfect.
Like
Yeah.
As someone like myself that hates turn-based games, I agree with everything you just said.
like
Really?
yeah,
Yeah, Persona is the only turn-based game I can play.
Oh, okay. All right. So now I'm much more convinced.
hey.
Yeah,
Hey.
like-
So, the thing is, so the Persona games got me into it got me into like giving turn-based games a shot, because I didn't like turn-based games until I started playing the Persona.
Yeah, you have mentioned that. All right. Okay. What's the entry point? Is it 3 reload?
No.
Or-
Okay. I promise you, don't start with don't do what Khaled did. The issue with Persona 3 Reload is that it is a remake of a PlayStation 2 game. Like,
Yeah.
so it's a bit
I would say start off with Persona 4 Golden.
I don't even say, I wouldn't even say that. I would say
No,
start
I'd say
up-
5.
I would say 5. Start with Persona 5 Royal, okay?
That's like the extended.
It is the extended one,
Right,
but like
right.
you can still get the original ending.
Okay.
Even like if you mess up, you can still get the original ending and everything will be okay. Right?
Mhm.
Right? Is that correct? I've never gotten I'm pretty sure that you can get the original ending in
Yeah, you
Reload.
can get the original ending in it.
Um,
You don't have to continue, I believe.
Yeah, it's like basically like if you don't do Akechi or Maruki, you can
Spoilers.
It's not
I don't know what
spoilers.
any
It's
of it means.
it's a requirement. It's just like you don't. It's not like I'm spoiling. It's not like I'm spoiling story beats. It's just like if you don't do Akechi or Maruki,
Okay, cool,
you,
no.
huh?
No, I
Really,
said
I don't know what Katsura Maruki is.
It's just
They're two characters.
They're two characters. So you
And
can
mind you, I'm not talking about for him. I'm talking about for me.
Yeah, the guy that beat the game.
but you're not going to beat it, and you're not going to go back. Oh my god!
Wait! I thought you said that you did beat the game.
He claims to have beaten.
I beat Persona 5.
I don't believe you, but
That is Persona 5.
Damn. No, Persona 5 Royal and Persona 5 are two different things.
Not like kind of. But okay, so the reason one of the biggest reasons why you want to do Royal over Vanilla 5 is because in Royal your bullets reload after each fight. That's right. The big thing. It's like you want your bullets to reload after each fight, not after. But yeah. So
the game's called Reload and it doesn't do that.
No, not Reload. Royal. Did I say Reload? I meant Royal.
Yeah.
Royal will reload your ammo after each fight.
The original didn't do that? Oh, I'm glad I played Royal then.
Oh man, it was so annoying in the original. It's just like, give me bullets. You had to be really good with your bullets in vanilla. But yeah, so if you can get past the first palace, you're good to go.
How long is that?
10 hours.
Oh my god, man. Okay, wait. No, to be fair, I gave Days Gone a better chance. So, all right. Here's what I'll say. I would probably get it on Switch. So
that's okay. That's fine.
Honestly, that's probably a really good idea to do.
Yeah. So, I'm still out of a job right now, but I should have one in the next few days. So, if I can find it on sale for Switch, I'll consider getting it.
Okay, fair enough.
Not right this second.
No, that's
because
fine.
I need to
yeah, that's fine.
get back to work, but and
Hey, we're almost there, gentlemen. We're almost there. We almost got him.
It's a compelling story.
Oh
right?
yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah. Okay.
In the first 10 hours, in the first 4 hours, some crazy stuff goes down. And I just remember playing it and I'm like, what the hell am I playing here? What's going on here? There's like sexual abuse. What? It's crazy. The first couple of hours is crazy. And I was like, yep, this is an adult game.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. So we almost got him, boys. We almost got him.
I'm writing it. I'm putting it in my spreadsheet. I'm putting it. That's big.
He's putting it on his list, a list of things that is a mile long. And
my game list isn't that long.
Well,
I mean it is.
Clearly it's long because I'm pretty sure 4 years ago I recommended Your Name to you and you have yet to watch it.
All right, that's my movie list. I have 2 different lists.
That's completely different.
I have 3 different lists actually. I have one for TV shows too.
Okay.
Oh boys.
What?
Can I have your attention, please? Thank you for having me, but I actually gotta. What? What?
Well, you asked.
I actually need to go.
Aw.
Boo.
Okay.
All right, boys.
All right, see you, Jalen.
Later, Jalen.
Sorry, guys, but frankly, we've been talking a little longer than I thought that we would.
It's
and
okay.
I came in late.
It's okay, boo boo.
Oh. I'll let that slide. Brent.
All right.
Thank you.
Later.
Oh, good. All right. Thank you for having me, guys.
Yeah,
and,
definitely.
We'll talk. Hey, can we please do one of these when the inevitable PlayStation Showcase comes? Because it's coming.
Absolutely.
You know it's coming.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
the ever elusive PlayStation. As a PlayStation fan, even I'm not getting my hopes up. The ever elusive PlayStation Showcase, and I'm waiting for Dip Down Anime to chime into the chat here if he's still here and be like, say some crazy shit about PlayStation not having a showcase or a roadmap or whatever. But yeah,
I'm sure that one will be much more exciting.
The ever elusive PlayStation Showcase. Every year
Nice.
PlayStation Showcase. But yeah, it's going to have Xbox games. That's right. It probably will have Xbox games. Because Xbox's roadmap is PlayStation's roadmap as well. All right, Jalen. Well, thanks for coming. Thanks for stopping in. Now
Awesome.
Go watch.
Thanks for having me, boys. I'll talk to you next time.
Go watch your hentai.
Bye.
Good
Go
day,
watch my
man.
what? I'm sorry. What? I'm sorry. What? I'm sorry, Brent. Watch my what?
Go watch your girls Bravo.
Joke's on you. That's not a good hentai.
Go ahead.
He gave you the little Peter Griffin laugh. It was like, yeah.
All right, guys. I'll talk to you later.
Later, man.
Laters.
See you, Jalen.
Anyway. What time is it for you? Are you 5 hours ahead of us? Is it like pushing 2 o'clock in the morning, or is it pushing 3 o'clock in the morning?
Jesus Christ.
What time is it for you right now?
About 3.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Well,
Wow.
should we?
You never stayed up until 3 o'clock in the morning?
When I was like 24, like
Nothing good happens after 3 in the morning.
what was that line from How I Met Your Mother? Was it after 2 o'clock in the morning? I think it was
after 2 o'clock.
I think it was after 2 o'clock in the morning. Nothing good ever happens after 2 o'clock in the morning. I honestly, like, I miss those days. I miss the days where I could stay up. Oh, here, this is a good story for you, Critical. So when I was leveling up that business management mini game in Like a Dragon, I was so into it that I actually ended up staying up till like 3 o'clock in the morning to clear it, to get to rank 1. And I hated myself the next day I guess it would be the same day when I woke up. I hated myself because my body wakes me up at 7:30 every morning. So I only had like 4 hours of sleep. And I was just like, yep, that is the reason why I do not stay up until I don't stay, like, I'm 35 now. I do not stay up past 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, I've done that multiple times, except I've never had that feeling before.
Well, you're fairly young, right? You'll get there.
Oh yeah, I already feel it. Don't worry.
It's just like
I'm young, but I'm feeling it, man.
oh man, like, but no, I used to, like, when I was like, that's how I ended up watching the Blair Witch Project for the first time. I stayed up till like 3 o'clock in the morning when I was like 19 years old.
You wasted 2 hours of your life.
I wasted 2 hours of my life that I'll never get back. But yeah, I miss those days. I've tried like when I did, I used to do some streaming on Twitch, and I tried doing a 24-hour stream. I gave up after 18 hours. I gave up after, well, no, maybe it wasn't quite 18 hours. Maybe it was like around 14 or 15 hours. But, I just remember, I started feeling sick. It was like,
oh my God.
It was like 2 o'clock in the morning, and like I started feeling sick and tired, and I didn't have anybody watching me. So I was just like, I give up, and I went to bed. I had started fairly early in the day. And I've been told that the best time to do the best way to do a 24-hour stream is to start at night so you can end at night so you can go to bed.
That's smart.
And I had started in the morning, and I was going to be done in the morning, which would have meant like a whole nother day of being awake.
Yeah.
But still, like, I can't stay up. Like I can't, it makes me sad. It makes me sad that I cannot stay up late anymore to, enjoy like video games or movies. Last night was the first time I had watched a movie in a really long time. I watched Armageddon. Casey, I can't believe you hadn't seen Armageddon.
Nope, never seen it. At least I don't think I have.
That is one of my mom's favorite movies.
Well, I don't want to close my. Yeah, I remember back in the '90s when every blockbuster had some big, amazing theme song. But seriously, double feature sometime. Double feature disaster film where we watch Deep Impact and Armageddon. We should do that.
Yeah.
So, well, do we want to keep chatting or should we let Critical Brit go to bed?
I mean,
I'm good to stay.
I
if you
kind of
want
just
to stay.
got here.
You're good to stay. So, so the four of us, we should get on. And Critical, you should download the First Ascendant.
Yes.
And we should all play.
It's the funnest. It's the most fun, like, shitty game you'll ever play.
But it's not shitty. It's not actually. It's actually.
No, it's really not that bad. I mean, it's not great, but you know, it's fun.
I've spent I've spent $200 on that game.
What?
Yeah.
Okay. How? Actually, I don't want to know.
I bought a couple of Descendants and the battle pass. Hey, you know what? I work hard for my money, and the game is free. So
listen. I wasn't gonna say anything.
But now he is.
What? I got everyone saying. I've got Dip Down saying, "Oh my," and I've got James here going, "Listen," and I'm waiting for him to say something.
I wasn't gonna say anything.
Oh, okay. Hey, it's a fun game, and
yeah, it is a fun game.
It's a fun game. I'm gonna buy the battle pass again when season 1 starts, which starts next week. I'm excited. New content. The game has this way. The game has this way of it. You'll play it, and then like a week later, you'll start feeling burnt out. But then it'll reward you with a bunch of shit, and then you'll feel rejuvenated again. And then you keep playing again for another week. and then like, so for example, today I was like farming something that had like a 6% drop rate on any given place that you could go get it from. And I'd been looking for like this thing for a couple of days, and I was just about to give up on finding it and just putting the game down for a little while. And then I go and I play and I get that thing, and I'm like, fuck yeah, I could keep playing the game.
It's addicting.
Yeah.
And that's coming from like, I don't play multiplayer anything, so if it's got me, then.
But
I mean, I'm not spending $200 on it, but.
I like, look, the game is fun, and I felt like, you know, the game is fun. I'm enjoying it. I might as well support it, you know, like, so like it's no different than buying a couple of games. So
yeah, I mean, if at the end of the day, if you're enjoying it, then.
Mm-hmm. But I need to get back on my single player games. I really do.
Yeah.
I need to beat Like a Dragon. Oh man, you might like a Dragon. Like a Dragon, it's got.
That's Yakuza, right?
Yeah, it's got turn-based combat, but it's not like traditional turn-based combat where you stand there. Your characters are kind of moving around. They're like, I don't even know how to describe that kind of turn-based combat. It's like live turn-based combat. I don't know quite how to describe it, but your characters are constantly moving around the field. What sucks is you can't quite you can kind of maneuver them, but you can't. But like if they're in a right spot, you can like you activate their ability and they'll run up and maybe they'll kick a bike or kick something, and it'll smash into a bunch of enemies that are also wandering around. If you watch some footage of it, you'd probably understand what I'm getting at. But it's a bit more. There's, I guess, like if you don't like the idea of people just standing there waiting for something to happen, it's a bit more. There's a bit more movement in the Yakuza games, but it's super out of pocket. It's weird, but like You might, but also it's another 100-hour game. How many hours have I put into Like a Dragon?
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, Atlas is. Wait, no, that isn't Atlas. That is. Is it Atlas? Is that studio under Atlas? Critical is.
No, it's a separate studio under Sega.
It's a separate studio under Sega. I don't know why I thought it was Atlas.
Is Like a Dragon the prequel?
No.
It's not.
It's the one that happens after 6.
So
Okay.
Yakuza Like a Dragon is, so I think the first 6 or 7 or so is centered around one character, and then Yakuza Like a Dragon introduces a new character.
Oh, okay.
But no, I've put 93 hours into Like a Dragon, and I probably have
Oh my god. And you're not done?
I'm not done with it yet.
Jesus. Yeah, see, like, I don't know. It's not, I mean, it's not an attention span thing. It's just like, if games start to wear thin on me, like if they go upwards of 60 hours.
You just need to find the right game, which is going to be Persona 5.
Yeah, maybe I do.
You just need to find the right game, man.
I don't know. I feel like games are just like perfect at around 40. You know, like or like, 35, 40. Like I get a good amount of time out of it, but I'm not like, I'm not spending too much time on it. But yeah, like I said, if I find Persona 5 on sale soon,
like
I will give it a shot.
You should play. Oh man, you would hate Octopath Traveler. That's like 120.
Jesus.
Yeah, that one
really?
it takes a long time.
Oh my god.
Let's see. What have I played?
Yeah, like most of the games I play are like 20, 25 hours.
The good thing about Persona, though, is it is 2 games. It's a life sim and then it's an action game.
That's right. That
is true. It does kind of break it up.
Yeah, it does break it up. And
technically, there's like 3 areas. You have the main dungeons, which are the palaces.
Yeah.
Then you have the life simulator, and then you have Mementos, which is like a dungeon crawler kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see. Well, you played Remake, right? You played Final Fantasy VII Remake, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's like, how much time did you spend on that? Like, probably like 60, 70 hours?
Yeah, I think it was around 60. I don't know. I don't remember it being that long. I mean, it was long, but not like absurdly long.
I think my first playthrough of Remake was probably around 60 or 70 hours. And then my hard mode and then naturally my hard mode playthrough was the same amount of time.
Yeah. I mean, I could check my freaking PlayStation app, but I feel like that's always wrong. I feel like
my PlayStation
app. Like
Go ahead.
The time it says, like it tells you how much time you spend on a game. Like I think it's definitely wrong.
I don't know. It says that I've put almost 250 hours into the first Descendant, and I think that's pretty accurate.
It says I only put 29 hours into Death Stranding.
That doesn't seem right.
Yeah.
Death Stranding feels longer than that. Unless you
Death Stranding's way longer. I think it's like 50. 40 or 50.
I guess does the game have like a play clock?
I don't know. Not that I remember. And it says only 5 hours on the first Descendant, which is definitely not true.
That seems right. I think we played a couple of good sessions together.
Yeah, no, but I played a little bit more outside of that.
Okay.
So, I don't know. Let me see if I can find Final Fantasy.
Death Stranding is one of those games that I might need to get back to. I got bored.
You think?
I got bored of it after a while.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
It's just like that is definitely a walking simulator game.
Oh yeah, it is. It's walking and cutscenes, dude. The end. Oh my god, the ending. Like the game did not want to end. Like it just kept. It was like 2 hours of cutscenes.
That's Kojima for you, dude. That's like
Yeah, that's what I heard.
that's Kojima for you. Like he's sort of like I remember back in the day when some of those Metal Gear games were coming out.
Yeah, that's the one I've heard. I've
and
seen, like,
and I remember people were like, "There's like 30 hours of cutscenes in this PS2 game." Like, like I'm like, holy crap!
Isn't one of the cutscenes in what is it? Metal Gear Solid 2? It's like an hour long.
I wouldn't put it past it. I haven't played those, so I haven't played. Those were a bit outside of what I was interested in when I was back in the day during first started with when I had my PS2. But
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure there were. I'm pretty sure that there was like movie long cutscenes in those games. Yeah.
So the thing about Death Stranding is like the last like 5 hours, like probably 4.5 hours of it are cutscenes, but it's all broken up by like little segments of walking,
Oh God.
or like like I think maybe a couple fights, but like dude, it's
There
and it's cool stuff, but like it just keeps going.
there was a I remember playing Tales of Arise. I remember playing
Yeah.
Tales of Arise. There was a point in the game where you're about to transition from the second act to the final act of the game. And
Mhm.
during this and Tales of Arise doesn't have traditional cutscenes. It's like how do I put it? I guess it's they're dialogue cutscenes, but they're not like cutscenes. It's I don't quite know how to describe it, but it was a lot of just kind of it was a lot of the like go talk to this person, and then this person just talks for like 10 minutes, and then go talk to this
Yeah.
other person, and that person talks for like 10 minutes, and it did this for like 2 hours. And I remember
Jeez.
and I remember like when I was playing that segment, I was just like, it was literally like my time to play video games at that point. It was just like, okay, I have enough. I have 2 hours worth of gaming time.
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden it's just like my 2 hours are up and I didn't do anything. Like I got to go to bed now or whatever it was that I was like that I was doing. It's just like,
Yeah.
oh, that's so like that's always disappointing. Now I will say that is kind of a staple for Japanese games. So if you ever do play Persona 5, the first 3 hours of the game, it's a lot of cutscenes.
Okay.
Yeah, don't get me wrong, you get into the first palace within the first hour, but then the second hour is tutorials. And then the third hour is you don't really get to officially start the palace, but you have to do there's a lot of stuff that happens at your school that you have to sit through before you can officially start the palace. That sounds about right. Critical, right? It takes about 3 hours for the game to really kind of get going.
Yeah, until you get your fourth party member, the game doesn't start technically.
Yeah. And that takes about 2.5, 3 hours, depending on how quickly you're moving through. Yeah, but that's just Japanese games, dude. That's just like it's just how they do it. Think of it this way. Think of the first 3 hours of Persona 5 being the first 6 episodes that you have to sit through an anime before you decide if it's good or not.
Yeah.
The 6-episode rule.
Well, I mean, it is an anime game, so.
Yeah.
Anyway, well, should we call it a night, boys?
I would say so. I actually do
It's-
need to go and get some dinner, so.
It's 3 a.m. for Critical, right?
Yes, it just turned 3.
Jeez, that's insane.
Well,
Yeah,
it's
I
a
mean,
Sunday, I'm fine.
Yeah, yeah.
if
But
you want to call it, that's fine with me.
yeah, let's go ahead and wrap it up. Well, this was fun. It's been a Casey. It's been like a good 2 months since we've done. It's
been a while.
It's been a while. Like, it's been a roller coaster 2 months. But for me at least. But hopefully we get to keep doing these, and hopefully have both James and Critical back on again soon.
Yeah, definitely.
And
I'll always be here when everyone needs me.
sounds good. And Critical, once you get a video up again, man, let me know. I always enjoy watching your stuff. I think you're very articulate in how you do things, and it doesn't help that it further helps that you've got a British accent working for you as well. So and I mean that in the utmost positive way. We in America, we have an obsession with accents. We do. If they're not ours. So
Yeah, that's true.
But all right, well, let's go ahead and wrap it up, and we will see you all on the next one.